I just wanted to make a quick video to show the difference between a single punch tool and a 3-punch tool. I had made this 3-punch tool because a lot of people had requested for to be able to punch different sizes into different coins. So that's what I made this set to address. Personally, myself, I don't even see where it's really necessary. I mean, I punch the same size hole in every coin, pretty much. You sell more quarters and half dollars than you do really anything else. So, you know, in that size range. There are some cases where you'd sell a dollar coin, but I always just use a 7/16 punch. Seems like the all-around good size for me. It's small enough that it still shows the details in the quarters, and it's large enough that it will fit on the end of my mandrel. So that's kind of how I ended up with that size, and it's worked pretty good for me. Anyway, if you want the 3-part kit, that's basically what it is. I've already shown it on another video. I'm thinking about making another kit that's a 2-punch kit that just has these 2 sizes, because a lot of people will never use this large size right here. I mean, the large size, I don't know. It's personally myself, I can't see it. I can't justify the money in it, and that's kind of how I have to look at it, even from a selling standpoint. This is a single punch tool. Comes in this little box right here. A lot of people have asked me too about the box. They're like, well, how much is it without the box? Well, the box is free, basically. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of work goes into the box, but, you know, material goes into the box, hinges, but I make the boxes because I don't want you to lose the parts. You know, it's a lot of parts to the thing, and I don't want you to lose the parts to it. So if I send it in a box and you put everything back in the box, you're not going to lose the parts, and then you won't be asking me to send you replacement parts, because frankly, I don't think I'm going to be getting into making replacement parts. Anyway, the single punch tool is basically just what it implies. It's a single punch, meaning it will only punch one size hole into 3 different coins: quarter, half, whole dollar coin. It's a 7/16 punch. The flat end is the cutting edge, and the bevel side, that's the part that you push through, and you don't hammer it with a hammer. I mean, I guess if you used a brass or lead hammer, you would be okay like that, but when you start beating on it with a hammer, there's no way that you can hit this thing and apply direct pressure straight down every time. If you put it in an arbor press or hydraulic press and it's flat, sitting on a flat surface, and you know, when you put this thing on the arbor press or the hydraulic press, you're putting it between 2 plates of steel, and you're leaving a void in the middle for the punch to come through. So, you know, the punch comes right through there, and if you put 2 pieces of steel, one on each side right there, and that leaves you room for the punch to come through. On an arbor press, there's a hole there. So when you put that lined up with the hole with the press coming down like that, it pushes down like that, and it goes up through the hole in the arbor press right in the bottom. And that's how this was designed. It was designed to be used on an arbor press or a hydraulic press, and not be set on just a flat surface and beat on with a hammer. That's kind of dangerous, because what happens is the corner of this thing could chip off and go flying through your eyeball. It's important to wear safety glasses, gloves, even leather apron is a good idea. Because I mean, when you hit it, if something breaks off, striking it with a hammer, it could go through you. It could happen on a hydraulic press or an arbor press if you got it on there cockeyed junior. But you know, you go slow with it, and you try to use the right tooling. So arbor press, hydraulic press, that's what I recommend. Flat edge is a cutting edge, bevel edge is what goes up. The die is marked top, so that's the top. The bottom doesn't have any marking on it at all. So the top is marked top. You take your shim, you stick it in there, you put your coin in, you put it down on there, put that in, go right on through there. Comes out the bottom, and you got your hole in the ring. Now these things are machined at very tight tolerances. What that means is if you go try to pull this thing apart and you cock it, it ain't going to come apart. You have to pull it apart straight apart. You have to put it together straight together. If you cock it the least bit, it's going to jam up in there. If you're going to take the thing apart and you get it cocked and it binds up, the best thing to do is set it on a wood surface. Take a rubber hammer or your hand and just bump it back down, and then try it again. Sometimes you can give it a little twist and it'll come right off. But you just have to keep in mind, it's a very tight tolerance. And it's a reason for that. You don't want this thing slopping around in there. If it's slopping around in there, then this die is not going to line up. It's going to scrape the edge of that little hole over there. So, anyway, that's basically, the tool in a nutshell. Single punch tool, really, I mean, this is what I recommend. This is what I use. This is what I used for years and years and years and years. And it worked fine for me. And I, just use this single size, because I really don't see it necessary. I mean, you can always take more off if the band is too wide. If you cut a small hole and the band is too wide for you, the ring is too wide, then you're going to be sanding down the edge anyway, basically, on a lot of times, because you will inevitably run into cracking issues. Everybody does. And it's nice to be able to have that extra material there to, to sand off or file off, whichever way you do it. Anyway, that's just a quick video to show what the difference is. These naturally are cheaper than these, so there's that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it.